Kay Jewelers' early Black Friday sale is happening now. Get up to 50% off Black Friday deals and up to 40% off everything else. Don't miss this sale. Start your season with savings, only at Kay. Exclusions apply. See kay.com/exclusions for details.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
You're listening to 1865, the Nottingham Forest podcast.
Joining us on 1865 is someone who played for Forest from 1994 to 1997, helping the club finish third in the Premier League in 94-95 and spearheading the club to run to the UEFA Cup quarter-final the following season. After signing from Fodship in 1994, she struck up a devastating partnership with Stan Collymore as the pair contributed 35 goals between them in their first and only season together. He endeared himself to the Forest fans with a combination of pace, trickery and an eye for goal, scoring 28 goals and 105 appearances. Welcome to the 1865 podcast, Bryan Roy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So before we talk about Forest, let's go back to the start of your life in football. You grew up in Amsterdam. What was that like and how did you get into football?
Oh, wow. I got, when I was 3-4 years old, I got a small ball from my dad, and in the house I was always kicking the ball, and my mom always told me I got crazy of you. And then when I was 5, he brought me. In those times you had a ball called Champion. It was orange ball, and the label was Champion. And it was for me a big ball of a size 5, or how do you call it? And from my 5th years old, I went outside, and I started playing football on my own. And my mom was sitting outside and reading those romantic books that I've always remember. And then we moved to the west part of Amsterdam, where there was a lot of space, and the school where I went to was across the street, and that school had a schoolyard.
Yep.
And there it all really started at that schoolyard. It was 100 meters from my house. And there it all started on the street. And then there was an advertisement in the local, how do you call it, paper?
Newspaper, yeah.
Yeah, in the local newspaper. And there was a club called Vlug en Vaardig. Vlug en Vaardig, that means fast and tricky.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they were searching for players, youth players.
Yeah.
And it was a team who always played on Saturday. So so due to that newspaper advertisement, I went to a local club.
Yeah, and that's where it all started.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
But how long was you playing for the club before you were sponsored by Ajax?
I was playing 4 years for Vlug en Vaardig. And then my dad told me, well, we're going to leave this club, Bryan, because when we win, it's a party in the canteen. But when we lose, it's also a party. So,
so it's a bit more of a social club. It's a bit more of a social club then.
Yeah, a social club.
Yeah.
Then he moved me to Blauwit. There was a big amateur club in Amsterdam that was also 20 minutes from my home. And when we moved there, then I got in the picture at Ajax, and Johan Cruyff was youth academy director of Ajax when he spotted me playing for Blauwit. And then he spoke with my dad and asked my dad if I would be willing to come and play for Ajax.
So was you in the same age group then as the De Boer brothers and Van der Sar and people like that?
I'm from the same age. What do you mean again?
So you was born in 1970. So Ronald de Boer and Frank de Boer were born in 1970. Edwin van der Sar. So was you all in the same age group in the same team? Yeah,
Edwin van der Sar came when he was 19 or 18. But Frank and I was 12, and Frank and Ronald were 13 when they came. Were 14. I came when I was 12. They came when they were 14. And I spent the whole youth with, for example, Dennis Bergkamp, Frank and Ronald de Boer. I spent the whole youth with Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah, because those the first years of coming through the ranks and everything. You got Johan Cruyff, who's the kind of director. Then you got into the Dutch national squad, and Rinus Michels, the legendary Total Football Dutch coach, was your coach in '92 when you got into the Dutch team for the Euro '92. So how was Rinus Michels and Johan Cruyff in terms of your education?
First of all, Johan Cruyff, he made me as a football player. He was responsible for my whole career. Why? Well, he was the first one playing very revolutionary.
Yeah.
He played 3 in the back, 4 midfielders, and 3 up front. I don't know if you have looked the game from Man City against Villarreal. That's how we played.
Yeah.
John Stones in front of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that means the attackers can play higher up the pitch.
Yeah, and then you got that protection behind kind of thing.
Yeah, because you have more midfielders, so we can play more higher up the pitch. That means I needed the amount of space I needed to cover to outplay my player was very small. Was max 30 meters.
Yeah, because with how you was brought up with obviously your technical ability and everything.
No, but do you understand? But wait, you're going too quick. This is why Johan Cruyff was very important for me.
Yeah, I get where you come.
And all the attacking players nowadays at Barcelona and Manchester City have the same advantage.
Yeah. So he's planted the seed then, and they've carried it on. Yeah. So
and then we go to Rinus Michels, and Rinus Michels also played that kind of system in the Euros '92, and I thought that Rinus Michels would be more of a dictator than Johan Cruyff was. Johan Cruyff was now he coached at a militaristic way.
Yeah,
but Rinus Michels was more of a granddad.
I've got you. Yeah. So because it's the
two great same philosophy, same philosophy.
Yeah, but there was so Johan Cruyff's like you say, same philosophy, but a bit different. But they always come to how football should be played. They're very equal. Yes. Yeah.
And that's how we played. We can remember at '87 and '92, and Barcelona. Now, Guardiola plays the same way we play then.
Yeah, so it's like a philosophy in certain clubs, isn't it? That it's set that way, and it goes through all the age groups, and then when you get to the first team, it's natural. Yeah. So, so in '92 you won the UEFA Cup with Ajax, but you ended up leaving to play in Italy for Foggia. Why did you decide to move to Italy? Just because of Serie A was?
I got into a row with Louis van Gaal.
Oh right, yes.
I was the first one.
Yes, yeah.
And till today, I think a couple of years ago he apologized to me for that.
Yeah.
That was very, very, very nice of him.
But it took a long time for him to apologise.
It took a long time for him to apologize, but he did.
Yeah. So
and that says also a lot about him.
Yeah, he's not stubborn.
There were more players who got into trouble with him.
Yeah.
Because of his character and how that all went. That's not so important, you know. I decided to go away. I had the chance to go back to the first team because I put me back to the second team for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But I didn't start too good that season. And in August, September, he said, "Bryan, you go to the second team, and you're not going to come back anymore. At the end of the season, you can go."
Yeah.
In August, a bit early.
Yeah.
And and after 3-4 weeks, I found my rhythm again.
Yeah.
And then Rob Jansen, my manager, told me, "Well, Bryan, Van Gaal wants you at the first team again, on the bench against Feyenoord away, or you can go to Foggia." And that's where I choose to go to Foggia.
Yeah. So you also played for, obviously, Holland at Italia 90 and 94, as well as the Euro 92. What was your experience of those tournaments, playing for your national team?
Yeah, that was great. It is the biggest honor there is.
Yeah.
And 94, that was a tournament in the States. And when we're talking about atmosphere, it was strange.
Yeah.
Because it was in the States.
Yeah. It's not.
You don't pick up. There is no atmosphere.
Yeah.
Only in the stadium.
Yeah. Because it's not really a footballing. No. It's getting better. It's not really a footballing country, is it? It's
in 94 it wasn't, but in 1990 I was also in Italy.
Yes. And
that was crazy. That was beautiful.
Did you?
I didn't play there, but there you had the feeling that you were in the World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. So
in 94 you didn't have that.
Yeah, was you on the plane? You would have been on the plane for 94 when Dennis Bergkamp refused. What actually happened on the flight then for him not to fly? Did something really bad happen?
One of the journalists, he's dead now, this journalist, he said there was a bomb on the plane.
Right.
And as a joke.
Right.
That's where Dennis lost it.
Yeah.
Because before that, he always flew.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's quite good for the Netherlands team back then, wasn't it? Because obviously they woke up in 98 was in France, then Euro 2000. So the next two tournaments were in Europe, so it wasn't too bad for him because he couldn't quite concentrate.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad for him.
Yeah. So the last bit regarding your international career, why do you think Holland didn't win a tournament, especially in the 90s, with all the talent they had?
Van Basten.
Yeah, well, just him not being, obviously with his injuries. Is that the reason then?
Van Basten.
Yeah, because he was phenomenal. Then he had his ankle injury, didn't he? That was it. He never come back.
The generation. I'm not talking about other generations, eh?
Yeah, just the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, the generation Koeman, Gullit, Van Basten, Rijkaard, Vanenburg. That was the best generation after the 70s.
Yes.
And because of the fact that Marco got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't win in 94. 92, he was already struggling a bit.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes,
I know.
Yeah.
And to win a World Cup, you need an outstanding. You need one player who's out of this world.
Yes, yeah. Because I mean, France '98, Bergkamp scored that brilliant goal against Argentina, and Kluivert was just coming into it then. But it was just like when they played him in the semi-finals, got to the penalty shootout against Brazil, and before the final, Ronaldo was on another planet, wasn't he? He was like the best of the best.
You need these kind of players to win a World Cup.
Yeah, definitely.
You're listening to 1865, the Nottingham Forest podcast.
At Lowe's, this Veterans Day and every day, verified military members, veterans, and their spouses get automatic silver status in My Lowe's Rewards with free standard shipping, plus 10% off eligible purchases with no annual limit. It's one way we honor and give back to those who have served and still do. Learn more now at lowes.com/military. 10% discount can't be combined with another offer. Exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
You're listening to 1865, the Nottingham Forest podcast.
So around about the 94 World Cup then, Forest shown an interest in signing you. How did you find out about Forest interests, and what were your thoughts on the club at the time?
Well, I heard about it at the World Cup. And I was already in Italy. I saw a lot about English football.
Yeah.
Because Sky Sports was already. When you live abroad, you have satellite television.
Yeah.
So you have Sky.
Yeah.
Sky Sports.
Yeah.
In those days, you remember?
Yeah.
And that's why I saw that. So, wow. And there I heard that they were promoted to the Premier League, and of course of the legacy they have, being twice winning the European Cup. Yeah. It's a big club.
Yeah, yeah. Because
is it
true?
Big club.
Is it true about the story about doing the rounds for a few years that Frank Clark tried to attempt to like persuade? Was it your wife or your girlfriend at the time, saying London's not that far away from Nottingham, to like basically entice you to come to Nottingham? Is that true? True story?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that is. What was your impression?
I mean, I have to play.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was your impressions on Nottingham?
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. We were in negotiations, and I gave my word already to Alan Hill, and then all of a sudden, I was in the room with my agent, and the phone rings, and my agent picks up, and on the phone was Rune Hauge.
Yeah.
And he called for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Come and play for Arsenal.
Yeah. Was that the agent who got the ban? Was he Norwegian? Yes.
Yeah, but he also worked for. He wanted to bring me to Arsenal. He knew I was in talks with Forest, but he thought, I can bring him to Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
And that's where I said no. I already gave my word.
Fair play. So very loyal on your part.
Yeah. And Arsenal is a way bigger club than.
Exactly. So was that the time when you went to Forest? Did they sign Glenn Helder? Remember Glenn Helder? It was at the same time. Yeah. So, what was your impressions of Nottingham and Forest when you arrived?
When you arrive at the airport, when you drive from the airport to the city, it's beautiful.
Yeah, through the countryside. Yeah,
the countryside, and that's where I thought, wow, this is unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And then we went on living in the countryside in Cutgrave, in Plumtree.
Oh, right, yes, and
that's the most beautiful part I ever lived abroad.
Really?
I lived in Germany, Italy, Holland, and England.
Yeah,
that's the most beautiful part I've ever lived. Plumtree, Cutgrave Road.
Yeah. So basically,
a beautiful cottage.
Yeah, it's a lovely neck of the woods, isn't it? That part of Nottingham in the countryside and everything. And it's not too far away from the city, is it?
The countryside was amazing. That made me fall in love already.
Yeah. But so Forest had been promoted back into the Premier League, and you make your debut scoring on the opening day of the season away at Ipswich. Do you remember much of that day?
Yeah, everything. When I played for Foggia, and when I played for Ajax, I scored at my debut.
Yeah, so you kept it going.
Yeah, and I knew the importance of scoring in your debut, because people are going to love you already instantly.
Yeah, definitely.
Instantly.
And you get that confidence, don't you, from that?
Yeah, and it gives you a boost, unbelievable. And I knew that.
Yeah.
That's why I scored.
So when you was signed, then was you signed as a left winger or was you signed as a striker?
Well, that's a very good question. I went and have a look with Frank Clark to a game of Forest, and there I saw Stan Collymore alone up front, and Ian Woan at the left side. And there I told him, he asked me, "Do you want to play left or behind Stan? Let me play in the number 10. That's where I can serve the team at best."
Yeah. And how did you get on with Stan? Because you formed an unbelievable partnership. I mean, that the next game after Ipswich, we played Man United, and he scored a brilliant goal. So basically, his first two games of the season, you've scored in the and he scored. So was it quick to get an understanding with him? Because obviously he's a very let's say complex character, isn't he? So was it quite quick to get have an understanding with him?
Yeah, I played for Ajax, and it's one of the biggest clubs in the world, with the biggest talents. And there's only one thing what counts is you have to play good.
Yeah.
Show what you can.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you have no problem.
Yeah.
And I could put him in great positions, and I had to show him that at the number 10, I can help you.
Yeah,
I can help you here. Yeah, and that's so I got on straight away with him.
Yeah, and that's
also
a brilliant
off the
feeling.
pitch.
Yeah, that's a brilliant feeling, isn't it? You've come into a new country, new culture, and you hit it off straight away, and you ripped it up, you and Stan. So, Forest are unbeaten for the first 11 games of the season and scored some memorable goals, and there's some memorable victories during that period. There was a 4-1 win at Tottenham where you scored twice. And I mean, there's some beautiful goals in that one. There was yours on the near post, and then Lars Bohinen's chip. And I think that was the point for all Forest fans. Like, we're going to do something this season because of the start we had.
Yeah, we played terrific football, and I get goosebumps now thinking about that. And the first season we played unbelievable, and Frank Clark wasn't even telling us a lot.
Yeah,
we knew exactly what to do, and me linking up with Stan was actually the missing link for Forest to do well also in the Premier League. And Stan leaving the next season was a disappointment for me, and I understand Stan, of course, but I heard from Stan that the club didn't even didn't want him. They wanted to sell him for the money.
Yeah.
And so they didn't even Frank Clark didn't realize how good we were as a team.
Yeah.
So and till today we will never know if Stan would have stayed with a good offer.
Yeah.
Or he would have gone.
Yeah.
And that's something. There's something. What if that? What if?
Yeah, there's always a lot of what ifs in football, isn't there? So, during that season, there's a 7-1 win at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday. We've spoken about some of your teammates about that game, and the fans who were there. To this day, it remains one of the club's standout results of that era. What was it like to play in that? Was it just like because confidence just oozed through the side, and some of the goals what we scored that day were like brilliant.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It's actually what game? It's like how PSV won from Napoli yesterday.
Yeah.
And the Sheffield Wednesday fans were clapping for us.
Yes. Yeah.
After the game, they were clapping.
Yeah.
And after goals, they were clapping. It was unbelievable. And that showed that we as a team, that's why we ended up third. And it was not only because we had Stan and me, we had also a good defense, a very good defense.
Yeah. So during that season, when was the point where you're thinking we could do something here in terms of like qualifying for one of the major European competitions?
Tottenham Hotspur.
It was that early in the season. It was like you knew.
Again, Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, we had a good result at home against Man United, but the game against Tottenham Hotspur, we played unbelievable away.
Yeah.
And that's for me. That's where I thought, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can do something.
Yeah, because
when we can play this good away from home against Tottenham, which are a very good team with Klinsmann and I don't know. Wow.
Yeah. Because we also played Man United just before Christmas, and we was the first side, I believe, to beat him at Old Trafford for a year. So it was that game as well, and that was only at the halfway stage of that season. So so it's nice to have that feeling in the season where that early you knew you was going to do something special.
Yeah. So and then I had an injury for 4 weeks, I guess, and we had a bad spell, and without that spell, we would have.
Yeah. It was around about was it the January, February?
Yeah. There we had a bitty rough spell.
Yeah.
But then we came back in April. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I don't know if you were aware of this, but you didn't play in the game. But on Boxing Day, just after Christmas, we played Coventry City. And you didn't play in the game because there's a video of you. Somebody in the stands, a Forest fan, has done a video, and you're there in your like a big winter jacket. But the following day, and this is unheard of in this day and age, the following day, Forest had another game against Norwich City at the City Ground where Lars Bohinen scored a cut from the corner. And so, I don't know if when we was doing our research for a retro. Season review of the 94-95 season, when we was looking through the research, they played on the 26th and the 27th of December.
No!
Yeah. But you didn't play in the game at Coventry, but I'm not sure if you played in the game at Norwich, but
I remember that against Norwich I played.
Yeah, so you might have been rested then because you only had like one sub or two subs or something. Well. Yes, yeah. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, so we'll qualify for the UEFA Cup then, and Stan Collymore has been linked with loads of clubs.
UEFA Cup, the Champions League.
Yeah, should have been in the Champions League, shouldn't we?
No, no. It was we were in the Champions League, not the UEFA Cup.
Yeah. So
it was European Cup 1 we were in, eh?
Yeah.
The first 3.
Yeah. So obviously we.
It was not a UEFA Cup.
So qualified for it. Then Stan Collymore leaves for Liverpool, and we signed Kevin Campbell, God rest his soul, Chris Bart-Williams, God rest his soul, and Andre Salenzi. What was your hopes going into the new season, playing European football, and then obviously your strike partner leaving?
Yeah, I didn't know. I knew Kevin Campbell with name and Andre Salenzi also, but. It wasn't Stan Collymore, of course.
Yeah.
And for me, it was totally different.
Yeah.
And I played from. I had a very good striking partnership also with Kevin Campbell. We had a very good second season, but that's what I mean. You need quality.
Yeah, like you said earlier.
Yeah, and Stan was from a different level. And that's why the second season we ended up still in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Right. Still in the quarterfinals, and we ended up also 7th or 8th in the league. What was it?
9th in the end.
Ninth. Good, eh? 9th.
Yeah, still a good season. Yeah.
Still a good season, eh?
Yeah. So, and then obviously played by
still a good season.
Yeah.
Without Stan.
So obviously Forest.
How many points did we have? Do you know?
I can't remember. It ran about. I think it was around about 58, 60 points. I think, and I think the season before, I think it was in the 70s. I believe that's guessing off the top of my head.
High 70s.
Yeah. So, and like you said, without that in the 94-95 season, if it wasn't for that like little patchy period, you might have like won the league. You just don't know, do you? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to part 1 of this 1865 podcast. You'll find part 2 in your feeds in the next day or two. In the meantime, you can find all of our podcasts and social media links by visiting 1865.football. Come on, you Reds!
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.